I'm live. I'm live. What have they done to this? They've broken it massively. Ugh. All right. Let's see if it's going to behave for me this time. Oh, it's just me, myself, and I. Someone's here. Hey, we're back. 87th time a charm. Tell me about it. Oh. I feel like I don't deserve the bad luck I've been having with these streams. It's very unfair. You do everything the same way each time, and 2 out of 3 times it doesn't work. How is that right? How is that right? I actually need to get a proper webcam, basically. That's what I need to do. What have we got here? Minifigure. Oh. 2 minifigures. 2 minifigures in the first bag. That's surprising. It's a good chunky manual that comes with that. Oh, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping we'd have something at the beginning about the legend of the dragon. Alrighty. Pull everything out for this first bit. The question is anyone else going to come back in, given what a mess that was? No. Okay. Start by doing the first. Now, the funny thing is, I've actually got some of these minifigures already via like magazines and other sets. So here's this one. Oh. Stream and they will come. Hopefully. I'm trying to get back into streaming properly. Like I said, I haven't been doing it because I haven't been feeling so well, and it's like every time I sort of get around to doing it, I sort of, to be honest, I've been falling asleep. Not on purpose, just because I was like that tired and run down. So I'm going to push through. I've had a coffee. It's going to be good. Everything's going to be awesome. Oh, can I do that? Yeah, everything's cool when you're part of the team. Still haven't seen the Lego Movie 2. Yeah, I'll reply to your message. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good as long as I can do it at like some ridiculous time in the morning, so that my kids are asleep. I've got Butt Chops trying to get me to do another stream in. I'm still waiting to find out what day that is. So they've got like some big 72-hour stream going on of like loads of people. So I'm not really sure why, but I said I'd do it. So are you aiming to build for the whole thing? Hey, who's your bricks? How are you? Funnily enough, I was just talking about you. You're well, the live stream for he's talking to Butt Chop about the live stream. I'm waiting for some more information on that. Do you know what date that is? I should have done this as a hangout. Sorry, I was having malfunctions tonight. There we go. There's our first minifigure. Miles away from the camera, but hopefully you can see it. It's got a big hammer. Hey, Dark Side Bricks. Don't get into trains. It's expensive. I will confess, I actually just bought a second Hogwarts Express because it was like 40% off the RRP, and it means that I wanted it for parts. So the idea being I can use the parts from the station bit to actually build my station. The parts from the carriage will actually go into building a second carriage for my Hogwarts Express. And then what I'm also planning to do, and I'm hoping there's enough parts in it to do this, or I've got enough parts, to actually convert those carriages into, that's showing off, 22 trains. I feel like you've never had a dark age of Lego. So back to what I was saying. I'll finish what I was saying, and then I'll talk about the fact you have 22 trains. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I can then convert the carriages to be like the Emerald Knight trains is what I'm aiming to do, because I really like the Emerald Knight trains. It definitely needs 2 carriages. The Emerald Knight carriages are so much better than the ones that came with it. So that's my goal. That's why I got it. And then I've also then got enough, like with the extra parts for the train itself, I've got the beginnings of building my own train of some description. So I've been looking around at what other people have made and for ideas. So someone actually suggested, which I like, but you know, it feels a bit easy. Easy. It's not really easy to build an Emerald Knight, but with the flying one. I think this is Jet Jack. Is this Jet Jack? Or is this another one? Yeah, Jet Jack. This one's Jet Jack, which is actually the same one you get if you get Destiny's Wing. Yeah, so then someone suggested building the Emerald Knight, but in a different color other than green, because apparently the green that you that the train is done in is one of the hardest colors to get. So wise words. So maybe doing that in blue, or if I can find something else I really like, building that. We shall see. Who's here? You have 22 trains. I don't like you. I'm guessing you didn't have a dark age from Lego, whereas I had a bit. I didn't, not so much a dark age, but I had a period where I bought Lego periodically to make me happy, but I didn't buy it because I was like really dead into it. I bought it because I just love Lego. I've always loved Lego, so I've got quite a lot of like up here. One day I'll show you, but I've got loads of Technic sets. So I've got those. I was really into the oh, what was it called? The one with the robots, the flying robots, and oh God, what was it? I've forgotten the name of it. I have to look in my manual box in a minute. But I go into that. Hey, Snake Studios again. So yeah, I sort of had a dark age away from it, and I've gotten back into it, and I'm playing catch up. So I got my 7938 train the other day, so I'm getting another carriage for that one. Now I'm going to do what I did with my 60197 train and convert it into Jacob's bogies. And I've got some upgrades planned for both of those trains as well, just to make them a bit more detailed and feel a bit more complete. I'm going to get the newest cargo train at some point as well. I actually don't have enough track space for all of this, but I just need more trains. I'm keeping an eye out for other trains as well. So, yeah, you've changed your name about 3 times, haven't you? So that's where I'm at. So, but 22 trains. Good God. You go to, do you exhibit as well? Do you go to any of the like big Lego shows and exhibit? Because you have some pretty amazing ones in America. There's the biggest one in New South Wales or Sydney, where I live, is on at the moment. And I'm not actually sure I'm going to get to it, which is quite upsetting. So I'm going to try tomorrow, but it really, really depends on how other things go tomorrow as to whether or not I'm going to go. I couldn't go today because my wife, no way on earth I can take 3 children under the age of 5 to a show like that on my own. It's not worth even trying. Mock that into a New South Wales South Coast 44 class. Hang on, which one's that one? The South Coast. Because I went to the New South Wales Train Museum. Hey, Blockhead. Or Kaz. Kaz. I went to the New South Wales Train Museum recently, and they've got that massive thing. New South Wales. What's that train called? It's like an insanely large train. South Coast 44. It's not coming up. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, that's a nice train. That's a very nice train. Oh, I have to check that one. Have you got any pictures of that anywhere? I'd love to see that one. Yeah, Doug, so pretty. If you've got any pictures of that, put it up. Feel free to put the link in here so other people can see it, because I'll approve it so they can see it. I'm more than happy to share that. But no, I was at the New South Wales, the Transport Museum, and they've got that epic train. What is it called? Oh, it's like a massive, it's like basically an engine with 2 engines, if that makes sense. And it's just insane. Let's see if I can find it. That's some really good photos of it. I'll have a look for that in a minute. I haven't done a live stream for ages, so I've got like verbal diarrhea, sorry. Now I actually got the thing to work. Although given my track record today, it'll probably break at some point. Seems to be the case. Oh, that's really nice. I like that. That's really cool. Yeah, I took my when my dad was over at just before Christmas, so I took him and my kids down to this museum that I've always wanted to go to. I haven't been to, so it's just like really good train museum about an hour south of Sydney, and we had a lovely time, really lovely time. My dad was in his element because he loves trains like me. We used to have a model train set when I was a kid. But I'll be honest, when it came to model making, he was always a lot better at it than me, because he was actually basically an artist. I just did it for fun. He actually could do it. Okay, what have we got here? It's kind of a strange contraption. Oh, it's that thing. Okay. Oh, I see. I see what that is. Got it. So I forgot with these Ninjago Series 9 sets, they actually made each one of the sets have a treasure, one of the weapons that they're hunting. So in this case, it's the shield is the weapon. Destiny's wing came with a sword, which I think is somewhere up here. Made a bit of a mess the other day. Need to tidy up. Yeah, the Garrett. That sounds right. How do you know that? You're in the UK. Yeah, the Garrett. If anybody's not seen the Garrett train, it is absolutely phenomenal. It's ridiculous and amazing all at once. It's I've seen one person build a Lego mock of it before, which looked really cool. I'm not going to, because literally, like, it would take up half of my track. But one day when I have like a really big house and space and tons of money to buy parts for Lego and things that I don't have currently, I will have a go at making that train, because it's just superb. I thought you might have a, I was hoping you might have a Flickr stream or something, Darkside Bricks. That would be really cool. I'll go and check it out afterwards. Thanks, man. I'll definitely go and have a look at that. Just put that way so you can see what I'm building. I'm aware I'm talking a lot and not building a lot, so what's the trick? That being said, it was what caught the end of Jacob's stream this morning. How bad are YouTube notifications? I got his stream notification after he'd actually been doing it for an hour and a half. It's a waste of time. Hey, Shangang. Yeah, cool. I will have a look. I will have a look. I just like your story. That's really nice. I love things like that. I'm looking for this. Oh, okay. There we go. So we've got this little. I'll hold that up until you can see it. So we've got this little sort of shrine with it. So this is the shield they're trying to get, which is part of the dragon. I believe I haven't seen Series 9, so I apologise if I've got it not quite right. But it's sort of part of the whole dragon theme. Is these guys are looking for these weapons and they need the dragons to do it. That's my understanding of it. I just like the dragon. Although now we're going to build the really cool helicopter. Yeah. And I have previously said that I have too many helicopters, but this is one I will absolutely make an exception for on the helicopter front, because it's just so unique and different. I think it looks, yeah, it's very unlike any helicopter Lego's done before, and I really, really hope it's a sign of things to come from Lego, because love to see different things like that. I know. I just found that out the hard way, because I'd allowed myself like 20 minutes to get up, get everything set up. I'm like, oh yeah, really casual. I just set my phone up. Yeah, no problem. And then like, oh no, you need 1,000 subs to use mobile now to stream. I'm like, what? Why does that make sense? So now I'm desperately trying to set my, so I've got my SLR set up as my webcam, because I don't have a webcam and the one on my computer is just not worth bothering with. And then the software that I used to do that decided to die twice on me. So I had, even after restarts, the joys of open source software sometimes. Yeah, and then YouTube decided to not let me do certain things, and it's just like it took me 5 goes to get this stream working, or maybe it was 6. It's not a good day for technology and me. Do I have a cold? No, I've got allergies. I've got allergies for some. Yeah, I just have allergies. I've always had allergies, and they've been extra bad recently. So, oh no, my first stickers. By the way, for anyone that's joined recently or joined after I did it, there's the wings. How cool are those? Printed vinyl, and they're not really folded too much. Thanks, Lego. Yeah, I guessed it was to do with something like that, but I don't see how that's gonna. Yeah, like, the only way to do that is it doesn't work because you can still buy followers. Like, unless you can guarantee that the people following a channel are genuine, and it doesn't make sense. Like, I know why. It makes perfect sense in one respect, but in another one, it's not gonna fix it properly. Which is sad because, again, it's a few people ruining it for everybody. Like that Article 18 thing in the Europe. I don't understand the internet, so I'm going to break it for everybody. That was the best description I read of what that thing was about. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Bad people always find a way, and the good people will be penalized for it. Which is, it's like over here. Like, I'm not going to get all political. I'm going to make one comment, and then we can move on from it. But it's like over here. We realised recently that they've done an absolutely amazing job of making low-income people the bad people if they do, like, you know, they claim a bit more than they should on benefits, whatever. Whereas the rich people, the ones who are millionaires, paid zero tax this year. Zero. They've actually managed to get their tax down to zero, and yet they're not the bad people. How awful is that? Anyway, that's enough politics. Yes, the Christchurch thing was absolutely shocking. Just like someone like that just doesn't represent anybody with half a brain. Like, just it makes me so sad and terrified what world I'm raising the kids in. Anyway, it's the hey Robin, how are you? Brick Ostrich Studios, hello, hello. Julian Brick City, how are you? We can do a quick recap. We were talking about the fact that Hoosier Bricks is in here. He's got 22 trains, 22 Lego trains, and I was kind of jealous. I was talking about the fact that I'm playing catch up because I had a bit of time away from Lego, and obviously missed out on some of the best train sets ever released. Good job, me. So now I have to pay catch up on actually buying them somehow at ridiculous prices, or getting extremely lucky in a haul. Don't like my chances there. That being said, I did get a former city set I've been wanting to get for ages. That's usually about $60 for $20 today, which was nice. So the old cement mixer, I haven't seen that one cheap for ages. It's usually really expensive. So yeah, I was saying about my I got my 7938 train recently, which I'm very, very happy with, and I was talking about the plans I have to modify it. Hello, you okay? Got a sleepwalking child. I'm gonna say hello. Look, you're on TV. Smile to the camera. This is Callie. She's my middle one. She's supposed to be asleep. You want to go to Mum and Dad's bed? Do you need a bottle? Hmm? Okay. I'll be back in a moment, guys. I'm just going to again put this one to bed. Yeah, you can. Done. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using an SLR for streaming here. Yeah. streaming to my computer, which is tethered to my phone because the internet's better from my phone than my internet down because the modems. Yeah. I don't have a webcam. I'd like to get a webcam, but I'm using my SLR because I don't have a webcam. And the software I'm using to do this one went wrong. So if anybody actually tried to watch my stream earlier on and couldn't, it's because everything was going wrong. Assuming you're a live stream on your computer. You can take a screenshot of your subscriber there. Well, I missed a few things. Hang on, playing catch up. Why? I think I'm up there. You're streaming from your camera obscura. Right, where am I up to? I think I've done everything in that bit. Yep. Funny thing when you're live streaming and building at the same time, you sort of you lose track of what you were doing. Sorry for that little interlude. She's don't know what's up with my kids at the moment. They're all sort of going through sleep regression of some sort. So all three of them are up several times a night at the moment. It's quite tiring. So I'm with you, Shengang. You do suck at making. Okay, I suck at it too. I don't have the patience to do stop motion, which is part of my problem. Like, you have to be so patient. And the other thing I found is, like, if you want to do anything remotely complicated with lots of things moving, you have to remember to move everything. So if you look at my channel intro, you'll notice there's a few bits where stuff that was moving suddenly isn't moving because I forgot to move it. Always the way. Got the body of a helicopter starting to appear here. Looks like the driver is going to be well protected in there. See what else. So, such a cool helicopter. I like it. I like it already. My minifigure walk is like a junk now. Maybe you should call it, like, rather than stop motion, call it drunk motion. I don't know. Like, could be a thing. Struggling with stop motion, then you need to try drunk motion. I'm not sure though. You probably have to set the age limit on your videos then on YouTube. Why are you saying wow? Snake number 2, Le Pan snake. Kaz wins. Kaz wins that one. That solves all your problems. A drunk minifigure. Yeah, I mean, Johnny Depp managed to make 4 pirate movies about it, didn't he? Basically being a drunk pirate in a Disney movie of all things. How does that work? Thinking about it. Wholesome Disney. I don't think they're as wholesome as they make out. I think Le Pan people make drunken stop motion because the quality of Le Pan is so bad that the figures don't actually stand up properly. Sounds plausible. I was watching Brickitect got the Le Pan version of the Ultimate Collector's Edition of the Hulkbuster, and yeah, he commented on how wobbly it was. Does anyone like that Hulkbuster set? Can I ask? Like, I'm curious as to people's thoughts on the Hulkbuster set. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it like a novelty set, but like not really anything to write home about? I'm like not. I don't know. I found it really disappointing. I found so much of it disappointing. Like, I like the idea of it. I love the Hulk. I mean, I love anything to do with Iron Man. I think anything with Iron Man is awesome. But there we go. I'll stop for a second and show that. So this is the body of the helicopter coming together with this rather meaty engine in there. V8 there. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Be like the Burning Man, but the Le Pan. Yeah. I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to go there. I just don't like their lack of values, and everyone goes, oh, you know, or not everyone, like those people who go, oh, well, you know, they're smart because they don't have to spend all this money on research, but actually, that's the whole point, like, of a business. You're stealing someone else's ideas, like they've invested time and money doing that. The part you never thought you'd see in a helicopter. I'm not so much commenting on the Hulkbuster itself. I'm more commenting on the... Oh, that's where that piece came. I was looking for this piece the other day. I was trying to figure out what it was. It's can you see that? It's like hollow circle with 4 clips around it. Yeah, I was looking for that one because I was looking at how someone built their trees, and that was how they did it. And it was rather cool. And now I know what part that is, so I can have a look for it on Bricklink and then sob because it's probably an expensive part. These guys do not look after their teeth, I tell you. Got 3 of these, right? Wow. Okay. Did not expect that. Oh, no, wait, that's the first one. Sorry, I'm just laughing at this figure, and I'll show you why in a second. It's quite entertaining. Thanks, Kaz. Hey, Mark from the Lego Room's here. If anybody here hasn't checked it out yet, again, check out his last video of his rather awesome Hoth base. Still haven't seen the movie. Second movie, obviously I've seen the first one. And Batman and Ninjago. This is an interesting little guy. Ah, so many fiddly parts. This crazy dude with his shield and his chicken and one horn on his helmet. Oh, and a bit front heavy. Very front heavy. Who's next? These guys are crazy. Crazy. No, on the head. No. Cool body armor. See you, Brick Ostrich Studios. Thanks for coming. I actually came out 2 weeks ago. I just haven't had a chance to go. Actually, I'm debating if I'm going to bother going to the cinema, given that you can actually buy it on video in about 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. So I might just save my money and watch it at home. And the guy from Village Roadshow shot himself in the foot by being a muppet. If anybody knows him, feel free to tell him I think he's a muppet. And most other people think he's a muppet. Yeah, it's out. I haven't been to see it. I actually have a thing to get 2 tickets for the price of 1 as well. But yeah, I'm so frustrated with how long it's taken to come out that I'm actually not bothered about watching it anymore. You know, it's terrible to say that. Like, I'm really excited for the movie, but I'm not excited to watch it at the cinema anymore. There we go. There's another one of these dragon hunters. Cool body armor. And they're all front heavy. You can't stand them up. There we go. Finally caught up on Jacob and Bevin's live question session. Most enjoyable. Most enjoyable. If anybody hasn't seen that one, go and check it out. Brick Bakery and Bevin Bricks doing a chat. Man, you're a busy man, Mark. You really are. You're always doing something. Oh, what's this one? Oh, this one has. Oh, I see. Okay, this one's a cool dude. He's got 2 weapons. What am I looking for? The brain's not working. Should need another coffee. This guy's the cool dude. He's got 2 swords. There we go. Body armor on these is great. Really good. I'm gonna, like, when I get around to doing, like, getting Apocalypseburg, I'm gonna have to have like an apocalypse section now because I've got all these figures that are perfect for it. All right, back to the helicopter, the main event. Hey, Tayshawn, how are you? Yes, this one mean helicopter. It's actually really humid tonight as well here, which is why I've got a bit of a sniffle. It's funny because it's been like quite cold and wet, and now it's warm again. So, as Sydney has a habit of doing, it gets it messes with your body in that respect. Being a fair Englishman that I am. Strangest thing, 6 months after I moved to Sydney originally, I got pneumonia. It's like the last place I thought I'd get pneumonia. But I got it. Yay me! Then why do I live in Sydney? Because it's quite a good city, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I should move. I had considered moving to New York, actually. I'd also considered moving back to the UK, but everybody's telling me not to. Something to do with some Brexit thing. Sorry to hear you're not well, Robin. There we go. I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I'll blow my nose because it's annoying me. It must be annoying you too. I'm back. So, has anyone bought Steamboat Willie yet? Or is anyone going to get Steamboat Willie? I love how many of the people who were campaigning for Brexit have basically run from the country. Like Dyson being a really good example of it. He's relocated his whole business to Singapore. That's a good sign you're confident in what you've done. I've got my Flintstone set. Hey. I need to find the Flintstone so I can introduce my kids to it. And then my wife will hate me forevermore because all she'll ever hear is the Flintstone song. That's really cool. Nice find. Good work. Every time I see a yard sale and I'm like in a convenient sort of time for me to go, I make the effort to stop and go, but I've yet to actually have a win at one. I actually just hit Bricklink pretty hard this week because I just got fed up of not having pieces. And I actually realised I'd actually done a really good job of picking who I bought from. I realised the prices I got on most of what I bought were actually some of the best. So I was happy about that one. I did have to buy stuff from someone in Germany. I haven't built the Flintstone set yet. I will probably do it as my next live stream next weekend. Because now I'm going to be back in action doing streams, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it as a live stream, I think. That'll be fun. And then I'm going to do another video on upgrading it. It's a great set, man. Love it. I was in the Lego store again the other day because it's really not good having a Lego store that's like 15 minutes from your office, I've concluded. I bought another tub of bricks. But I kind of had to because like when I when I went in there, they had loads of large white pieces, grey pieces, blue pieces, red pieces. I'm like, oh, I need all of those. I'm always short of those. It's true, I am. Yeah, the main kicker for me is shipping. So it's finding ones that have decent shipping prices. But that being said, I have found someone who has an extra carriage for my 7938 train, the red passenger train from a few years back, the brick built one. And it's like 40, I think it works out about $50 for the carriage, which isn't bad. I think it works out about $60 posted, which given that the train, I realized I got a really good price on that train actually. I saw it come up a couple of times in the last week, and both of them, the cheapest I saw it for was 190 Aussie dollars, which, that's not very good, was literally just the set and the track that came with it. Whereas what I got, I paid $150 and got, they had an extra track set and a set of junctions with it as well. So it was really worth it. I was very happy with that. Oh, that goes there. No, it's not. I have just realised something. Hang on. What have I done? I've made a big boo-boo. Ah, dear. Yeah, I've put the bottom on back to front. That's fine. Easy fix. Yeah, just pull that off there, break those bits off there. Whoopsie doodle. Oh, so yeah, I did that very wrong. It's what I said earlier on. Building and talking. It's very easy to do it the wrong way around. Okay, so where should that should. Oh, I'll see. So that should be. Yep, I got it. Sorted. Easy fix. Because that way around. Done. Sorted. Ah. Oh, missing a piece. I don't know if anyone ever saw they did an intro. They did a bit of The Simpsons once, which was actually sung to the Flintstones song. And I've got that song in my head. From the town of Springfield, I'm about to hear the chestnut tree. Ah! Sorry, going on a tangent. There we go. Oh, look at that helicopter. See you, Julian. It's funny because it's funny because for me here in Australia, it's actually sometimes cheaper to ship stuff from halfway around the planet than actually buy it locally. Crazy. Australian prices are ridiculous at times. There we go. There we go. There's a chicken. There's a chicken on the back of the helicopter. Brexit. What a great idea. All right, so did any of you vote for it? Just curious, just asking. Actually, no, don't answer that, just in case I've ruined some friendships. It's funny because I've got some friends who absolutely swear it's like the best thing ever. But I can't help feeling they're wrong. It's funny, shipping stuff to Australia is actually quite good value. Shipping stuff from Australia is not good value. So yeah, Australia is so like backward in the way they do a lot of things. It's quite hilarious, to be perfectly honest. Okay, got a tail coming together. Now I've got to put some stickers on. Number 4 is on. Oh, who put the Flintstones in my head? There we go. Oh, I nailed it first time. Yeah. Actually, Lego isn't that overpriced, to be honest. You've seen some of the deals I get. You just got to know where to buy it. I have realised. Yeah, the official RRP on Lego here is overpriced, but it's like America. Like most of the chains will have stuff on sale pretty much like the new Marvel stuff is all on sale in like Target and things like that. And it's the same here in Australia. We have Target and Kmart and another one called Big W, who's kind of like a Walmart. And yeah, they all have it on like their store price is like 10 to 15% below RRP normally. And then they quite often have sales where they knock 20-25% off that. So yeah, it's only some sets that have been a problem. Like my one set that I have not had any luck getting on sale, which I'm annoyed about, but I like just sucked it up, was the Sanctum Sanctorium set. So with that one, I bit the bullet and overpaid the price on that one just because I really wanted a second one of it. So it's one of the only times I've paid almost full price for something. A Ninjago City, because you can only buy that through the Lego store, obviously, which is a shame. There's a helicopter, starting to look like a helicopter. Time is it? Oh, not time. Time is it? 1:30. Oh wait, my clock's went. Oh no, that's right. The clock's changed today. Yeah. Finally started building my Temple of Air Jitsu as well. Oh yeah, because Kmart, is Kmart gone, or Kmart's like a dying shop in America, isn't it? Like, funny. Yeah, because the Kmart we have here in Australia is actually not the same as the one you have in the States. It's like a license. I think they were here once and then they left, and basically somebody bought the rights to the name off them. It was like one of those jobs. So that's why it's sort of the same, but not the same. Yeah, I saw it. Was like, was it Bricklink or Brickzold? Maybe both of them. Both had videos independently that both talked about how they'd both gone to look at stuff in Kmart and how awful it was. And it's retail, isn't it? You have to really kind of, it's quite brutal at times to keep up with retail. There's one of the department stores here, they reckon is in danger of becoming like Toys R Us, where Toys R Us was doing really, really well online to the point where it was undermining their own bricks and mortar store, and it basically had the effect of just making it impossible for them to make a profit because they just had to rely on online, and they still had all these bricks and mortar stores, which is where they went terribly wrong, apparently. Oh, that's clever. That's really clever. So that's quite neat. So they've got this, they've put a one of these on top here, I don't know if you can see that, the Technic piece there. And then you've got the two blades here, which aren't quite pushed all the way through. So then when you put it there on top of this Technic piece and then close up both sides of it, they go into the Technic piece there, hopefully, maybe, like that, and then it's all sealed up nice and tightly. Awesome. You can do that. How cool is that helicopter? That is a cool helicopter. I like that helicopter a lot. See you, Robin. Hope you feel better, mate. Sorry to hear you crook. I don't really watch PewDiePie. I've seen some of his stuff. I like some of his video game stuff. It's quite funny, but not someone I go out of my way to watch. I find, yeah, not that fond, not that much of a fan. Tons of spares with this set. Alrighty, it's time for the main event. There be dragons. Pretty big, that helicopter. Bigger than I thought. Put it next to the Jurassic World helicopter. It's pretty big. Doesn't look big, but it is. Over there. I love the random colours they throw in when you're building the underside of models. They put all these like beautiful, bright, vivid colours in that you can't see, so you get the good selection of parts as a result of it. Like I said, some of his video, I mean, the only time I've really paid any attention to him, to be honest, was when the game Alien Isolation came out, and I hadn't bought the game yet, and I was looking around for videos of it, still umming and ahhing about whether or not I was going to buy it, and he came up because he'd done a sort of playthrough of it, and he was quite funny to watch. But then I've watched other stuff of his and not enjoyed it anywhere near as much as that. That was some of his better stuff, in my opinion. Does anyone else watch him? Follow LEGO Leaks, as in, like, is there a channel LEGO Leaks, or as in like the news that appears on M&R Productions and pages like that? The truth be told on those things, they're quite often not actually leaks. They're quite often, well, they are leaks, but they're controlled leaks. They're the PR machine of LEGO releasing enough information to get people interested. Like that Apocalypseburg set that Ryan made. I am 99% certain that was a deliberate leak and they were a bit selective about who could actually buy the set. Fairly certain that's the case. Could be wrong, but I don't. With a bit of a media background, I believe that is what you would find is actually the case. So. I'm using my Flickr account, but what I've actually done, and anybody who you know, gets a bit fed up of maintaining multiple pages, I should do a video on this actually. I've been using If This Then That, which is a service that if you say put an image onto your Instagram account, you can then set up a script on If This Then That, or IFTT for short, that will then post that image onto other services like Twitter. So, for example, if you post, you know, when you try and share an image from Instagram to Twitter, it's basically useless because Instagram has crippled it to make it less appealing to do it. So you want to go and see it in Instagram. But with If This Then That, what it actually does is it reshares the whole image and posts properly onto Twitter. So it comes up like a proper image post. And then you can also say, post that same image onto Flickr. So I post to Instagram quite often, and then it gets put onto Twitter and Flickr for me automatically. Don't have to do anything. Highly recommend that service. I've only started using it recently, and yeah, I can see the value in it already. And you don't have to pay anything to use it either, which is great. It's only if you want to use certain things you have to pay for it. So as long as you don't use those certain things, or you don't have too big of a limit, it's good. So that's my suggestion. If anybody's looking for a way to use their social profiles a bit better. Oh yeah, it also posts to my Tumblr account as well, which is good. Because my Tumblr account was a bit neglected. So many social media. Yeah, it doesn't have the HTTP. Oh yeah, you need the Flickr bit at the beginning. That's fine. If anybody wants to go and have a look at that link, just put flickr.com at the beginning of it and it'll work. I'm building a dragon. Doesn't look much like a dragon at the moment. You have to imagine it's a dragon. What time is it here? It is 20 to 2 in the morning. But I'm going to push on, finish this, and then drink lots and lots of coffee tomorrow. I've got a fun day tomorrow. We're clearing out the house tomorrow. We've got a council cleanup, and we're getting rid of some old furniture that we haven't been able to sell. So that'll be good. It'll give us some space back in the house, which will be nice. How many people are still in the stream? I've got 6 people in the stream. No, come on. Need more people. Where is everybody? How can I have 800 subscribers? How many have I got? 800 subscribers and there's only 6 people in here. Doesn't make sense. 12:42 here in Queensland. Yeah. Wednesday nights. For some reason I thought our clocks went back today, but I must be wrong. Must be wrong. And anyway, I realised that when clocks go back and you have children, they actually don't get to go back for you because your kids will still wake up at the same time. Okay. How's my dragon looking? Still not looking like a dragon. I'm guessing this is the back and this is the front there. Kaz, I think I've got a good plan for what I'm going to put under my bridge now, my Ninjago bridge. So the looking around for inspiration in terms of like photos of market scenes and things like that from around the internet. I think I've got an idea for what I'm going to do. Not too much, but enough to keep it interesting. I really like the idea of having like a really sort of bustling like scene in there, but not too much that you can't actually see what's going on, because it's quite dark under there as well. But I'm really happy with how that came out. I really am. I think it looks great, personally. And I will do a video on it as soon as I finished it, which will be sometime this week. No, I'm with her. I'd rather not have Lapan people in here. Not in the mood to argue about copyright people. They do actually make their own stuff as well, but most of their stuff is just copied Lego, which is disgusting. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I don't buy them. I never will. I confess I did, for 0.000001 of a second, consider buying their copy of the Horizon Express, purely because the Horizon Express is so ridiculously expensive. And then I saw sense and went, nope, not going to do it. But it is ridiculously expensive. Banned by the Chinese courts, wasn't it? LEGO beat them in their own courts, which for a country with a history of not having strong copyright laws is a massive win. Dun, dun. Kaz, I'm glad I made you a moderator. You're very efficient. So, still doesn't look like a dragon. I'm sure at some point it's going to look like a dragon. Solid though. This thing is solid as a rock. There's so much structure gone into this. If you've been watching me put it together, it's going to break my table. Maybe everything on this? Yeah. Okay, what's next? Actually, at the moment, it looks like a bone. Toa, how old are you? Troubles me that you're drinking. Yeah, I mean, I turned 25 this week. As if, I wish. Oh, okay, that's the head. I put it the wrong way around. That's the front of the dragon. Wow, you can see the head no way. Oh, that's a good trick. It's a good trick. Oh, I see. You're confused. You know when you and ah about a set and then you're like, oh, should I get it, should I not? And then it gets discontinued. Actually, I don't think it's discontinued. I just think the retailers have like moved on to the next lines now and started discontinuing it. This was one of those sets where it started to disappear off the shelves. So I'm just like, I just had to have it because I really like the dragon. Like, I wanted the dragon anyway, and I like the dragon. So that was why I got this one. I have some, I've got loads of original classic space back in my my parents' house in the UK. You're up there with Dr. McBrick. He's 50 as well. He was telling me his plans for Lego retirement the other day. It's funny. He's got lots going on. I hope he shares what he's doing on his channel. It's quite funny. I really like him. He's a lovely guy. I feel like his kids need to do like a song for his channel. The dock is in and he'll brick you up or something. Borrowing from Doc McStuffin for anybody who knows what Doc McStuffin is. Still doesn't look like a dragon. I was looking at my demographics for my channel. I don't trust. I don't think the demographics are right that YouTube reports, but that's probably due to privacy settings and things like that. But I was looking at it, and there's like, I think, what was it? Mine's like 18 to 24 or whatever it is, and then like 35 to 55 or something like that. So it's like there's this big gap in the middle for some reason, and no young subs, which is probably a good thing. It's a whole other realm of having to look at how you treat your content at that point. My goodness, this thing is like a forged in a volcano or something. It's like, this is so much going into this. Has anyone else got this set? Yeah, I was thinking earlier on, like, I said earlier on about my gap in being in Lego. Missed some really prime sets in my gap away from Lego. Quite sad, really. I had sort of, it did have a dark age, but not like a complete blackout kind of dark age. So I was still tinkering with Lego, but not really, wasn't a priority. It was just something I did because I sort of enjoyed tinkering with it, but I wasn't really trying to, I wasn't like collecting it or anything like that. I was just does that work? Oh, I see. Okay, so that goes there. Oh, it's got very technical suddenly. Oh, I see. Right, that goes there. Yeah, so I was sort of still buying sets. Like I've got lots of Technic. I'm actually a big Technic fan, although I haven't done much with that on my channel. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But I haven't yet because it kind of screws with how YouTube ranks your content. Look, it's starting to look like a dragon. It's got a wing. My current concern with Lego is that it's like Lego is actively targeting adults now, and I'm concerned that it's actually going to impact the brand as a whole, because it's going to lose some of that. As long as they keep their focus on the kids and the playability and the up and coming, and keeping it actually accessible. Otherwise, I think it will damage the brand if they don't. It's my concern. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. About to have some flappy wings. Ready? Oh, I did that wrong. See exactly what I did wrong. I was so excited to see part of the dragon coming together. I did it in the wrong order. There we go. Yay! Flappy wings! I wonder the box this came in so heavy. That is literally everything through there. Is that there is not a hole in there. That is completely solid everywhere through there. Look at the layering going on in that. It's enormous. Yeah. I digress. Need to carry on building, because otherwise I'm going to be up till like sunrise. I probably should get some sleep tonight. That being said, my kids are both in my bed, so I can't actually get into bed at the moment. Yeah. Bag number 4. Okay. I like seeing the Bricklink people who reuse the bags that their Lego sets come in. I think that's really cool. Mine was probably like, late 90s through to, well, 2018 actually, like proper. Like I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't buying Lego properly. I was only sort of tinkering with it periodically, like buying the odd Technic set. I had a couple of periods where I was really down, and my mum, bless her, knows me very, very well, and actually bought me Lego. It cheered me up. So thanks, Mum. What's this? Oh, this is the chest. Building the chest now. This will be the chest. This is where it starts to look like a dragon, hopefully. What am I looking for? Need one of those. Garligade was in here at one point on one of my first 3 attempts at starting this stream, and I think she got fed up and left. Don't blame her. Either that or she's at her kids, like one of her kids' 15 parties that she seems to have every weekend. Man, I've got all that to look forward to with my kids. So what I need to start doing is stocking up on cheap Lego sets. So I've got stuff for parties. I actually put some new shelves up yesterday that I got from IKEA. purely so I could put my bricks on it, because I got sick of the fact that I were on a shelf that was like 4 boxes deep, so I could never actually see. I could never actually see my Lego. I had to take everything out to find the box I wanted with the parts in it. So I took the approach of just putting some new shelves in. They cost me all of $10 from IKEA, and they were worth every penny. Mine's not too bad at the moment, actually. Yes, probably. That's probably why I shouldn't buy them. No, I'm actually putting myself on a Lego ban. I'm not allowed to buy any Lego for the next 2 months other than parts, because I've bought way too much Lego this last few weeks, because there's been some absolutely incredible sales. Basically bankrupted myself for the next 2 months. But hey, it's Lego. Lego is life. Wish this part was printed. This would be really good printed. Yeah, nailed it. Yeah. Or use them for parts. I do still need some of the current sets, actually. Got to get the Peace Basher and the Snow Groomer, rather, as it's called, rather than the Peace Basher, and the Harvester. 2 sets I absolutely have to get at some point. But no rush, no rush. Do I have any Bionicle sets? No, I do not. I do not. I've never. Does Bionicle still even exist? I don't even know. I don't know anything about Bionicle. I don't even remember seeing it in the shops, actually. I did buy a bulk lot of Lego I got a while back. Did actually have some Bionicle parts in it, but it didn't have a complete set. So that was the closest I ever got to having Bionicle in my Lego. I'll be honest, I don't feel like I missed out on anything by that happening. Are you a Bionicle fan? This is true. I actually bought my first Friends set the other day. It was Emma's paint shop, or whatever it's called, art house, whatever it is. Because I had bought something else from a shop and I needed to get up to the free shipping, and that way I did. But it actually was a set I liked. Like, I had actually been looking at it, so it wasn't a waste. It's I quite like the Friends stuff for like all the bright colours in it. So I think a lot of other people are the same. Man, God, you've got Bionicle, you've got Lepan, you've got. Yeah, my one of my friends' kids absolutely loves Bionicle, but yeah, like I said, it's not something that I've ever found appealing. Maybe I would have if I was younger, because I can definitely see the playability of it, absolutely 100%, but doesn't appeal to me otherwise. Unless I get into architecture, like Kaz says, then it could be useful. I can definitely see it for that. I mean, you do see some Bionicle parts used in sets sometimes, like architecture. This you've got a couple of friend sets, don't you, Kaz? Yeah, I'm. It's one of those. It's grown on me. I just really, really detest the minifigures that come with it. They borderline make me angry. I disagree with them so much. But the colours are really good. I have actually looked at some other friend sets. Like I keep keeping an eye on any that go on clearance because, yeah, as you say, the colours are amazing. It's starting to look like a dragon. Look at that. California. Interesting. That seems like a strange piece. It's like it doesn't make sense. That is like that's a bionicle piece, I believe. Like, and it's like that snaps into there, but then that's got like basically zero movement. It's very strange. That's the point of that. I'm sure it'll make sense in a minute, but it seems a bit strange. Right. It's that. Turn it over. Put one of those under there. Put one of those under there. Over. One of those on there. And suddenly it's very solid. Hello, Jasper 2004. The mini dolls are creepy, the bricks are fine. Yep, agree. I have started thinking though, you can just sell the minifigures on those. Like, you don't have to sell them for much, but you know, sell them for what? Okay, sell them for a couple of dollars. I'm sure someone's interested in them. Get some money back on it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. Is this the head? Could be the head. This is the head. Oh, I was wrong. Sorry, just talking to myself. I don't even know where to buy Bionicle. I literally like never see it in the shops. Maybe you can buy it online. It's got a head. It's got a head. Okay, what's next? Next we have. So far, has anyone else got this set? I should actually join a lug. I'm just concerned I won't have enough time. And I'll get like kicked out of it and look bad. But like, there's trouble with having kids. It's a lot of just having time to do things. Or rather, not having time to do things. I don't know why. I'm quite against. I'm a guy. I find it quite offensive that there's Lego specific figures for girls. Like I'm sure it makes. I'm sure the market research said it was what girls wanted, but I don't know. I just don't think it was necessary because I've always thought Lego was pretty gender neutral. Like there's obviously some themes are more, should we say, male, like Bionicle is a good example. But am I going to put this set somewhere? I think this is going to be in lots of places in the city. I think I think it's going to be moving around. But I'm building a Ninjago district like lots of other people, so it naturally sort of makes sense for it to go in that area. But yeah, it'll be all over the place. That one. I like the fact that the head on this is totally brick built, which I'll show you in a moment. I've yeah, a friend of mine has a daughter, and she actually finds it quite offensive as well. So, but I'm not going to bag it because obviously, as I said, they did their research. It was something that was wanted, and obviously it's still going, so it must sell well. Otherwise, they wouldn't still make it. I personally am not against it in terms of the actual sets. I don't like the figures, but I like the sets. I think the sets are really good. Like I said, I got one the other day on. So one of the department stores had a big sale on, and I got one of the Jurassic World sets I wanted that was exclusive to this department store only. No one else had it. Or sorry, Lego had it, but obviously that would have been a full price version of the set. And you know I don't like paying full price unless I really, really, really want something, which is what I did with my second Marvel Sanctorium set, because I wanted the set so badly, and I was it's starting to disappear off the shelves, so I bought it, not full RRP, but I bought it. I could probably have held out a bit longer and got a discount on it, but I didn't want to risk it because they were disappearing off the shelves quite rapidly. So, and I've not had a lot of luck with some discontinued sets, like when that happens. So, I was looking at a couple of the other friend sets. I like that the Drifting Diner one you mentioned the other day, Kaz, was one I'd looked at as well, which I believe is actually discontinued now. So I'm trying to find that on sale. I see that for like, because it wasn't a very expensive set in the first place. So I'm kind of thinking if I see that one at a good price, I will pick it up. There's a couple of other ones. There's a couple of them that I think are really overpriced as well. I was looking at Mia's Treehouse the other day. I was sort of torn between that one and the Creator one. Both quite nice sets. It is. Yeah. We seem to lose sets quite early here for some reason. I guess it's just not the volume. I mean, they're still in the our new Lego store's got like all of them, but the actual sort of main bricks and mortar shops don't. So who knows? Who knows? Starting to get ahead. Looks like a head. Bigger than I expected. A lot more in it than I thought as well. This is a tough fella. But yeah, he will be hanging around the city in various places. I'm trying to think what other one I saw. Oh, it's like the what's that one they've got? It's like a theme park almost. It's got like a sort of mini monorail almost, where they've used a couple of couple of the roller coaster parts and something else. I'm trying to think what it was. Heart Lake was it, or something? Something like that. Actually, the hospital that was what is still around from the Friends stuff's quite good as well. Actually, I remember looking at that when the new City Hospital came out. Obviously, I got the new City Hospital. I really like that set, and I will one day actually turn that into a proper building. It's one of those ones I keep threatening to do, but never actually get around to. But yeah, the Friends Hospital was really good. You're disassembling the party bus? What? Joss keeps trying to persuade me to get that set. I'd actually love to, but it's quite expensive. Okay, what's this? That goes in. Oh, there we go. And as if by magic, we've almost got a head. I was surprised to build the head this early on, actually. It's like one of those ones they usually save till later on in the build, but there must be a reason you do it early. Just going to talk to myself for a second. I've done it wrong again. Oh, okay, that goes on. That's how I got it. That's better. That's really confusing. Sorry, you know when sometimes the angles in the instruction manual are a little bit hard to understand? And you have to sort of cross your eyes and like pretend it's like a magic eye, and then it all makes sense. One of those. There we go. And we've got a dragon head. Yeah. Rah. Yeah. Awesome. Right. I've only got 3 bags to go after this. Jeez, there's a lot in this. Okay, what have we got here? Sticker number 6. Which goes on that way. Not too many stickers on this set, and I like the fact that the eyes are actually printed. Which is cool. It could so easily have been a sticker, but hopefully the printed version will last longer. Yeah, I'm sort of half tempted to go and get the. Hey, Lady Brickstone, how are you? I'm half tempted to go and get the other dragon, the blue one, because this one's so good. What am I up to? Bag number 5. Good selection of spares on this one. What time is it? What am I up to? 2:20. Can I be done by 3 o'clock in the morning? Hope so. Definitely going to be needing a nap tomorrow. Which will not make me popular. But anyway, Lego is life. Unless you've got kids. that? I don't remember seeing that. Massive sword. Where's it? Oh, on the end there. Got it. Right. Must push through. Actually, these bags are quite small now. That helps. I think that last one, that building out, the body weighs a ton. I'm not kidding. Like, I said it just now, but this weighs so much. I'm impressed. I didn't think it was going to be that heavy, but it is, because it's so much brick in it. Oh, that goes there. How are you, Lady Brickskater? What's happening? Where are you? Where are you in the US or the UK or? I do try to remember where everybody's from, but you can understand, sometimes it gets a bit hard. Especially when you should have had one more cup of coffee before starting building. Oh, the Netherlands. It's funny, now I live like in Australia on the other side of the planet. I'm like really appreciating how much of what was on my doorstep living in the UK that I have never seen. But you know, likewise, I've seen more of Australia than most Australians have. So it's so strange. I'm going to have to make sure I encourage my kids to travel enough, but not too far, because obviously I don't want them to like do what I did to my parents and move to the other side of the planet. It's not nice. It's not a nice thing to do to your parents. We actually have Sydney's largest LEGO event on this weekend. I'm not sure I'm going to make it, which is kind of sad. Just because I've got other commitments on. So I haven't actually even bought a ticket because I was that like not confident I was going to make it. I do want to go. I really want to go, but it's just practically speaking very hard. So I think I'm doing a wing. I think this is a wing I'm building now. See what goes into this. Fairly certain. Oh no, this might be a back leg actually. Stretch my legs out. Banana Broom. I can never say his name. He's a lovely guy. Yeah, I've chatted to him a few times on online, and yeah, I really like him. Have a lot of time for him. I was talking to the guy that did the the really tall like train setup that's in that toy shop in Romania, I think it is. And Banana Boom did a video on it, and I was talking to the guy that did the video, the guy that made the train knows him obviously. Yeah, it's one of those conversations. What am I doing? What am I doing? And you. Why do I have the gorillas in my head? Not that I'm complaining, I'm a big gorillas fan, but I don't know why I've got the gorillas in my head, because I don't remember hearing them today. Maybe I did. He apparently, when I was chatting to him, he's making a new train, a new track. So you should keep an eye out. That'll be out soon. So keep an eye out for that. I feel like it's one of those things. I almost want to make a pilgrimage there to go and look at it because I just think it's so amazing. It's probably excessive, but you know what I mean. Some things you should. There's some things worth making the effort for. Okay, I see. I've got legs now. He's got 2 legs. Okay. Chicken fried dragon. Oh, I missed the piece there. Disgraceful. Which one's the last one? Okay, bag 7 must be the wings then. So it goes on there, it goes on there. Oh no, okay, we're doing a wing now. Still talking to myself. Somehow I've got a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new comments. There we go. All right. So was the Lego fair itself actually good, or were you just like too blown away with meeting Banana Boom? I've actually got a video open on my computer. I opened earlier on to watch of his. That's one I've actually watched before, but I wanted to watch again. It's from a fair of a very large Lego train layout. And everybody knows I love trains, Lego trains. So. God, I must be making so many copyright infringements by humming tunes just because that's how my brain works. All right, any second now, this is going to look like a wing. I look at some of the layouts people do with Lego trains, you know, like now I know they do it like in they're not doing it all themselves, like they're building parts of it and putting it all together, but even so, to have the space to do some of the things people do is just like mind blowing. All right. There. I feel like I missed a piece somewhere. You only got that niggling feeling like you missed a piece. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I feel like that's a piece I shouldn't still have. I made the mistake of going to the New Sydney Lego store again the other day. I didn't need to. I wanted to go for a sort of lunchtime wander, and ended up buying another box of pick-a-brick pieces. It's going to get an expensive habit. I'm going to have to be strong and not go. Look, it's got a wing. I'm going to have to do a review of this set once I've built it, because it's rather awesome. What's the 18 in my head? Good Lord, must be tired. Well, that's it. I'm going to have to. I think I quite literally have spent way too much money the last couple of weeks on Lego. Oh no, there we go. Found it. I need to actually finish building stuff before buying more stuff. It's, you know that age-old comment that so many people make. So that is not. Oh, I see. I got it. Got it. That one goes there. That. Guys. Yeah, like that. Solid. Before I put the wing on, there we go. There's the first wing structure. Now we're going to put the wing itself on. So we'll try number one. Now I've never done anything like this with Lego, so this should be entertaining. Okay, so apparently I have to fold it. And there actually is sort of a fold. Strange. You actually have to fold the vinyl yourself as well. It's weird. I think I did that right. Just to the side there through that hole. I'm going to have to fold it again. Don't like this bit. I have to fold it. Not keen on this. So now I've folded it twice. Oh no, look, you moan it comes folded, but actually I've now folded it twice. Okay, so this is going to come. So this goes on. Yeah. Should have one of those. Okay, so I'm going to concentrate here for 2 seconds. So I need to get this right there, right first bit. Just realised I got this really long instruction manual, and like half the instructions are actually how to put the wings on, I think. Sorry, just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Just concentrating pretty hard on this. Massage it into place in a couple of spots. Okay, last one, I believe. Hey, look at that. It's got a wing. Awesome. All right, let's put him out of the way for a second and do the other wing. Whew. Ah, everybody still awake? No, I'm going to be strong on not buying Lego. I actually have to be strong on not buying Lego. I've promised myself I'm not going to buy any more sets until actually end of financial year, which here in Australia is actually June. That's good. Well, Kaz is sorting bricks. Sorry, dismantling something and sorting out the bricks. I'm building. You're building. Is anyone else? Julian, are you doing anything, Julian? Oh, LEGO Maniac's still here. Hi. What are you building? I thought I was all alone in here. Should have done it as a hangout and got some of you online. That being said, they've probably disabled hangouts as well now. What's that song in there? Oh. Emmett's Dream House, good set. I like that set. Are you going to leave it as the dream house or turn it into, rebuild it into the rescue rocket afterwards? I gotta be honest, I was going to rebuild it back into the rescue rocket because I did actually really like the rescue rocket, but now I've put it in the city and I really like the way I've done it. So I took a leaf out of Dr. McBrick and made mine seated at an angle in the city, and I'm very, very happy with how it looks on the angle base, to the point where I'm probably not going to move it now, or rebuild it rather. which is nice. Actually quite a lot of effort to rebuild it. I will dismantle the junk that comes with it though, because I really don't like the junk. There we go, there's the back legs. So what, you'll dismantle it and put it back into the box, you mean? What am I looking for? I'm looking for this one. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I dread the day I have to actually dismantle all this Lego and put it into storage for, you know, if we need this room, or if I ever have to move. Final sticker. I watched a review of the new Marvel armor room today. I'm a big Iron Man fan, so I'm probably going to have to get that because I really like it. And it comes with, you actually get for the first time the original Mark 1 armor. I don't think I've seen any puzzle videos beyond the ones you do, to be honest. It's a pretty, so I think Teo's still in here, but there's a very bionicle piece, if ever there was one. One foot. 2 feet. It's got front feet. Look at that. Gymnastic dragon. Look at that. He can do hand presses on his front 2 feet. Sorry, Mr. Dragon. Oh, interesting. So many pieces I wish had been around when I was a kid. Ah. You can still hear me? Okay. Hi. I've just built a back foot. It's... I'll MC the conversation. How's that? Oh, we lost someone. You like my you like the holding screen? That's the software I'm using to stream from my SLR. Well, actually, sorry, no. You use one piece of software to connect it to the computer, and then you use another piece of software. So you use something called Camera Live to actually connect it to the computer, and then you use Camera Twist to make it available to all the apps. I don't know why I can't just build one app to do it, but anyway. Yeah, some solid colours going on there. Reminds me of the old play school image. It's good to see play school still going and still a delightful show. I don't know if it's still going in the UK, but over here in Australia it's still going. And it's a nice show, a really nice show. My kids like it. Good imagination in it. And good encouraging imagination, which is very important. Yeah, it's is it 2:45? Yeah, come on, I'm aiming to have this done by 3. And then I've got to go and pick up my 2 kids and put them back into their own bed, hopefully, so I can actually get into my bed. Almost tempted to sleep on the sofa. All right. So everybody knows what I'm doing. I'm putting the back leg, the back feet on the dragon. There. The back feet are now on the dragon. Yeah, I can tell you it looks great. I'll put it closer to the camera so you can't see it. Yeah, they've got an Australian version of it too. The one that impresses me, I don't know if anyone's ever seen it who's not in Australia, but Night Darkside Bricks. Darkside Bricks will know this one. The Wiggles, which is an Australian show, but they've been going like at one of the museums here in Australia. There's a whole section dedicated to them because they've been going for that long. Oh yeah, I'll go and have a look at your Flickr in a minute. I'm now building the wing. Which is very similar in construction to the other wing, surprisingly. No, mate, have a good rest. Oh, we're down to 4. No, it actually doesn't have a plug for a power cord. It's not that kind of camera. Well, actually, I wonder. I've got an idea. Hang on, I might be able to do something about it. Cam twist. I wonder if I can do this. Select. Yeah. Hi. This is my crappy laptop camera now. Oh, shouldn't have said crap. Sorry, it's my not very good laptop camera now. Due to get a new laptop soon. This is a work one that's about 5 years old, so. That way, that way, that way. That goes there. That goes there. It's another wing. If anyone wants to see, there's a dragon with 4 feet. Rah. It's a big fella. So far, all I can say is I am very, very happy I bought this set. I like it. It is as good as I'd hoped it would be. I will have fun chasing the kids with it tomorrow until they get hold of it and break it. Because they are young kids and they are masters at breaking things. Actually, I'm surprised how good they've been with my with the Lego City. If I'm perfectly honest, they come in and play in here sometimes when I'm not here. And generally they don't actually make a terrible mess, as I'm sure you could understand me being paranoid they might. Okay, time for wing number 2. Well, poor kids, because I let them play with Lego. I let them play with my Lego. Actually, I can complete my train loop. I might do that after this stream, actually, quickly. Yeah? My train loop's not been complete for ages. I might actually just finish it quickly so I can actually just run a train. Just because I haven't run a complete loop for a while. I have a creased wing. Super fun bit. Okay, let's get these holes right. This one goes in here first. Let's have a look through what Dragons Lego's done over the years, actually, because I'm sure they've done a lot more than I can remember. But I've read a few stories of people recently who bought sets that it turns out have been super glued. Oh, devastating. Who would do that to a Lego set? It's just sacrilege. Unless it's in a shop. Yeah. Loving this. Yeah, as if by magic, it's got 2 wings. Got it. Right, what is next? Oh, and then you can do that with the wings too. Isn't that clever? It probably does make sense to glue it in certain situations, but you'd still be really annoyed if you bought like a set of somebody and they didn't tell you it was glued. So that's something Lego should do as part of their environmental push, surely, is actually come up with a glue that actually can be unglued, shall we say, like by soaking it in water or something. It probably was, and the person who bought it probably didn't read the ad properly. And That is a pretty serious sword he's got there. Alright, down to the tail. I think this is the last bit. Down to 3 people. No, outdoor models would obviously be the exception, but ones that are going to be in shops and things, they could. This guy is seriously well armored. Did you see Dr. McBrick's haul the other day, or his pick-a-brick haul? He basically filled a cup with the salmon. Looked awesome. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's awesome. Excuse me. How am I tracking on my 3 o'clock? Hey, I beat 3 o'clock. It's only 2 o'clock now. Daylight savings. I'm curious because Europe's voted to get rid of daylight savings now, haven't they? But how's Brexit going to affect that? Are they going to abolish it in the UK or not? Gargade! I think it's actually my 5th stream. I also had a technical difficulty just now because my camera ran out of battery. So now we're running on the on my computer's webcam, which is not the best thing in the world, but it's working. It's working. Ooh. There we go. It's a tail. What's the size of this thing? Huge. Huge. Yep. Hi again, Gardigate. Thanks for coming back. I'm sure you've been visiting numerous streams around YouTube. Or have you been to birthday party? Oh, well, wish him a happy birthday. I'm almost finished. I should really be in bed. Bye, Gardigade. Have a good day. Enjoy your birthday party. Two of those. Hey, I think I've finished. It's only taken me 2.5 hours. There we go. One finished dragon complete with Dragon Rider. Shh, flap, flip, 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 flip. And swooshing tail. So there we have it. That is the dragon. Rather awesome dragon, in my opinion. Very, very happy with that. It looks great. Kids will love that one, and it will look awesome terrorizing Studsburg. Good set. I'm very pleased with it. There's tons in it. I paid how much did I pay? I paid $70 for this. So what's that? About £40. well worth it with the helicopter as well. Definitely. Get some good parts. Anyway, on that note, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, although it's 2 o'clock in the morning now, but it's technically 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go to bed. Yeah. It is bigger than I expected as well. And I like the fact they got the flapping action in. And you think, like, when you're putting it together, it's not a very big movement, but actually when you translate it to the wings, it actually is a big movement. So anyway. Yeah, love it. Love it. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me in building. I'm going to go to bed now. Have a great day. Have a great sleep if anyone's going to bed. And I'll see you very soon. Thanks, guys.